Okay, so now we're going to continue with the speaking part 3. Now, I would like you to talk about something together for about 4 minutes. I would like you to imagine that you just graduated from high school and it is a time to give an important step in your life. So here are some ideas in this cluster about what graduated people do after finishing high school. So first, you're going to talk to each other about what might people have to consider when making these decisions. And then you're going to decide which decision is the hardest for a young people to make, all right? Okay, so let's start.
Okay, so maybe I guess that when we are going to choose the university, when we are graduated from high school, sometimes it's very difficult to choose what are we going to do, because it's our jobs. It's thinking about our future jobs, and it depends. That job will depend our whole life. So I think that sometimes it's like kind of frustrating to choose something that you like, or some people don't know what to do. And another decision which is difficult, I think, is to start a family, because sometimes when you get married you have a lot of expectations, but then it turns a little bit difficult to decide if you want to have children, if you want, because your life will definitely change. So I don't know, Meli, Carlita, what do you think?
I agree with you, Danny, because starting a family when you are just 18 years, it could be the worst decision that you could make. But you are still a child, you don't know how is the life, and if you start to having a family, it will be like a girl having another girl. Also, you have to start finding a job, try to, in many cases, to choose a career. But when you are going to choose a career, this is also the hardest part of your life, because you want to find something that makes you happy, and sometimes you could make some mistakes and choose something that you don't really like. So if you start a family and then try to get a job and choose a career, could be the worst decision that you could make. So I think, however, if you start to plan moving to another country, it could be an excellent decision. I think that. But Carlita, what do you think?
My point is similar to yours, because I think the people after high school should think very well about decisions, about his or her decisions. It could be better if you can plan your life, and because starting a family is not an easy work. It requires responsibility, experience, maturity, and I think we should first work on ourselves. So it's so difficult to start a family. Teach to your kids how to do the things, how to be a good person. It's an difficult work. So I don't know, what do you think about moving to another country? I think this is one of the most common goals that the young people has, because who don't love travel to here in Ecuador. It could be amazing travel to another country. So I guess this is one of the goals or the things that the young people should think before start a family or getting married.
Yeah, we conclude that, the hardest is starting a family, whereas moving to another country is like the easiest because it's the goal of every young people.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, girls, thank you very much.
Girls, so I'm Daniela Sanchez and I'm the examiner of part 4 of the FC speaking exam. So I'm going to provide you some questions and you will have to make a conversation between 4 and 6 minutes. So we are going to start with the first candidate, Emily. So do you think winning is always important?
Okay, I don't think winning is always important. I think there are more important things like participating and also having or enjoying a good experience. However, sometimes winning makes yourself feel proud or makes everybody else feel proud of you. And even if that is not a very nice feeling, at the end, that makes you feel happy and that gives you the joy of feeling part of a game or maybe part of a group.
Okay, Emily, I agree with you. Yes, winning is the best part when you or reward when you don't something harder. However, when you try to win something in the process, you usually start to feel bad. Also, your mentally health start to decrease, and this is very dangerous for the people who used to practice, for example, an sport, or also practice is something related with mathematics or something related of the school.
Yeah, I agree with you, Melly, because sometimes people get super obsessive about it and they always think about winning, and they expect a lot from them. So that creates a lot of pressure on them, and that's not good at all for anybody because they are constantly focused on that instead of living their lives.
Yes, that's correct. And when you start to obsess in something, your mind and your health start to decrease, as I have mentioned before. But it is not just with the mind, it also with your physical health. It could include stress, headaches, However, it's important just to have fun of the process, and also it's important to participate. In some cases, if you make some mistakes, you can learn from the mistakes and continue try to be a best person, but not just the best of the class or anything that you want.
Okay, and now I would like to listen to your opinion, Melissa. Would you like to be rich or famous? Why or why not?
Okay, in my case, telling the truth, I would like to be both rich and famous because my whole life I always wanted to have a glamorous life as for example, Lana Del Rey or any singer or actress. Telling the truth, but it's important to work a lot. This is really hard. However, if I would have the opportunity to do something, to be part of the Hollywood, I will do because I like it. But what do you think, Carlita?
I don't agree with you because I think that be famous it's a kind of difficult. You can live in private and you can have a quiet moment with your family or on your own, because all the people around you try to say hello to you or taking a photo to you, and it's a kind of I don't know. I can be famous. I prefer to be rich because in that way I can live without complications and worry about pay the rent or something like that. And I can I will help other people because I have
That's a
money.
okay. That's a good point. I really respect that because in some parts I agree because of the privacy. However, I am the kind of person who likes to be the the focus, the attention. So that's why I would like to be rich and famous. Yes, but
Okay. And I'm in
Okay.
the same.
Okay, so Carlita, keeping that perspective in mind, what would you most like to achieve in the future?
Okay. That's one of the things I want to be in the future is happy and have peace, because I believe that personal growth is one of the important things in our lives, and I put my growing in the first place before getting things or getting college degrees. I think for have all the physical things, first you should be happy and with mental health in a good way. So
I think it's very important, just as Carlita said, to first be good with ourselves rather than having just degrees. I think it's something important because when somebody asks you about achievements, they always said, I want to be a teacher, or I want to be something specific, a master or a PhD or whatever. So I really like her perspective. It is very optimistic perspective, like to be happy. So I think it's very nice to hear that. It's the first time actually I hear that.
yeah, it's a kind of difficult be being happy because live with balance. It's difficult, but it's one of the my big dreams.
Yeah, achieving those dreams are going to be the best thing that you're going to do, and that will help you more than the 1,000 of degrees, believe me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, ladies, good job and thank you so much.